was Rajat's birthday. But no one remembered. Not his colleagues, though he stayed late for their presentations. Not his family, though he always remembered their anniversaries. Not even his friends, for whom he'd driven miles just to be a comforting ear after a breakup. He sat alone in the quiet of his apartment, a single cupcake he bought for himself flickering under a candle. And in that moment, as the silence pressed against the walls, a question echoed in his mind. Would anyone notice if I just disappeared? Rajat was the kind of man people loved to need. At work, he'd cover shifts without being asked. At home, he was the fixer, the one who booked appointments, picked up groceries, even handled his sister's loan paperwork. His phone never stopped buzzing. Can you do me a favor? Just this one time. You're so good with these things. And every time, Rajat said yes, because saying no made him feel guilty, because he thought being needed meant being loved. But the truth? He was exhausted. He hadn't taken a real vacation in 5 years. He hadn't said what he wanted in conversations for longer than he could remember. One Monday morning, something inside Rajat snapped. His manager barked at him for missing a deadline he missed because he was helping another colleague prepare their report. No, thank you. No, sorry, just blame. That night, he looked in the mirror and barely recognized the tired, dim-eyed man staring back. So, for the first time in his adult life, Rajat made a decision. He disappeared. No goodbye messages. No explanations. He switched off his phone, turned off his email, and took a train to a quiet hill town with nothing but a backpack and a worn-out journal. The first few days felt strange. He kept reaching for his phone, kept feeling like he owed someone an explanation. But slowly, something shifted. He watched the sun rise without checking the time. He talked to locals who knew nothing about him and liked him anyway. He read books he never had time for. He breathed. Back home, chaos unfolded. His boss couldn't find the client files. Rajat had always organized them. His sister realized she didn't know the password to her own online banking. Rajat had set it up. His neighbor, who always called him to fix small things, stared at her leaking faucet, wondering why she never learned to do it herself. One by one, people began to realize. They never asked Rajat what he needed. They never thought he could leave. A week later, Rajat returned. He walked into the office, calm and unapologetic. "Where were you?" his boss demanded. Rajat smiled. "Living my life." He no longer jumped at every request. He still helped, but not at the cost of himself. He said no, politely, firmly, without guilt. Some people got upset. Some distanced themselves. But something beautiful happened too. His younger cousin texted, "Hey, can we talk? I think I've been doing the same thing as you." His sister hugged him tighter. "I didn't realize how much I took for granted." Even his boss, a few weeks later, started delegating better, realizing how much they leaned on one man to hold it all together. Rajat didn't become selfish, he became whole. He learned that being kind doesn't mean being a doormat, that love given at the cost of your own soul is not love, it's servitude, that your life is not a debt to be paid through endless sacrifice. So the next time you say yes when your heart says no, pause. Ask yourself, am I doing this out of love or out of fear of being unloved if I don't? Because you were not born to live a life pleasing everyone but yourself. You were born to live fully, freely, and with dignity. And maybe, just maybe, the moment you stop being everything for everyone, you'll start becoming everything you were meant to be. So be kind, stay strong, and remember, you matter too, And if you've ever wondered what quiet determination can achieve, don't miss our story, The Power of Consistency, what one man did every day for 20 years. It might just change how you start tomorrow.